Sometimes I think love is most alive when no one sees it, when it grows quietly between breaths and eyes that meet for a second too long. There is a holiness in the unspoken, a tenderness that refuses to perform for the world. I've learned to treasure our invisible language. The pauses that hold entire sentences, the smiles that hide in plain sight. The world may know me by title, duty or crown, but it is in you that I feel most human, most unadorned. When you whisper my name, it's stripped of all formality, and I am simply a girl in love, caught in the silent gravity between what can be seen and what must remain sacred. Every time our hands almost touch, the air becomes a cathedral, and I kneel inside it, praying that this love, though unseen, might outlast the noise of everything that demands to be known. I wonder how many times I've passed through rooms filled with people while secretly holding your name in my mind like a hidden gem. It's a delicate rebellion, loving you in the quiet folds of my heart where no one can intrude. There's freedom in this secrecy, a beauty in the way we exist beyond permission. I have seen the world through ceremonies, speeches, and expectations, but never has it felt as vivid as the moment I imagine you smiling somewhere beneath the same sky. The crown on my head is weightless when I think of you, for your love makes even the heaviest silences feel like air. I walk through my world of duties with the knowledge that you are the truth behind every poised gesture, the heartbeat beneath every carefully chosen word. Without witnesses, we are infinite, unconfined by eyes that measure or judge. You once told me that real love doesn't need to be declared aloud. It breathes through the quiet. I understood you then, but now I live that truth every day. The way you look at me across distances fills me more than applause or anthem ever could. It's strange how something unseen can hold such strength, how a love hidden behind protocol can feel like rebellion and sanctuary at once. Sometimes I write your name in invisible ink on pages I cannot share, just to remind myself that you exist within the folds of every decision I make. When I return to my duties, I carry you like sunlight beneath my attire, radiant but unseen. You are my quiet defiance, the proof that the heart cannot be ruled. We are our own realm, built not by decree but by faith. Faith in the unseen warmth between two souls who chose to love without witness, yet with the depth of eternity. Nights feel different when I imagine you awake somewhere, tracing constellations that align with my heartbeat. The stars have become our silent audience, their shimmer the only applause we'll ever need. Sometimes I whisper to them, believing they carry fragments of my words to you. It comforts me to think that even light takes time to travel, that perhaps what I send out in longing will reach you in patience. The moon knows more of our love than any human could. It has watched me smile for no reason, blush at invisible memories, ache for a hand I cannot hold in daylight. There is serenity in our hiddenness. It shields what is fragile, nurtures what is sacred. I would rather love you unseen than lose you to the spectacle of others. For what we have is pure, not because it's hidden, but because it never needed validation. It exists simply, completely, endlessly, beyond the gaze of the world. In moments when the palace halls echo too loudly with formality, I find refuge in the thought of you. Your memory softens the marble, turns the cold corridors into spaces of warmth and promise. I walk among portraits of ancestors who carried the weight of their destinies, and I wonder if any of them ever loved in silence as I do. Perhaps they too knew the sweetness of restraint, the ache of waiting, the beauty of an unspoken devotion. I do not resent my fate, it has shaped me. But I am grateful that within its design I found you. A love not bound by history, but blooming in secret between the pages of duty. When the day ends, and I am left alone with my thoughts, I trace the idea of you like embroidery across my heart. You are my rebellion disguised as grace, my tenderness disguised as composure. The world sees me smile and calls it poise. It does not know that it is you who gives that smile reason. They see composure, but I feel the trembling warmth of love that lives just beneath the surface. I wish I could tell them how every word you've spoken has changed the rhythm of my existence, how your silence lingers like a soft melody after the last note fades. You are my unseen music, the harmony that guides my steps even when I must walk alone. Sometimes I wish you could stand beside me during ceremonies, not as a secret, but as a truth. Yet I also know that what we share thrives, because it is ours alone, untouched by scrutiny. This love, though hidden, is truer than any vow spoken before crowds. It lives quietly in my bloodstream, binding us with a devotion that needs no witness but the soul itself. When dawn rises, I often stand by the window, watching light crawl across the city roofs. Somewhere beneath that sky, you're breathing the same air, unaware that your existence has become my morning prayer. I speak to you without words through the hush of the early hour. It is strange how love makes distance irrelevant. I can feel you even in your absence. The world demands visibility, proof, declaration, spectacle, but our love thrives in the invisible, where purity still resides. Each sunrise reminds me that we exist beyond borders and timelines. Even if fate forbids our hands from finding each other, it cannot erase the invisible thread that ties us. That thread is made not of desire but of recognition, the kind that happens once in a lifetime, when one soul silently greets its mirror. That is you to me, my mirror in a world that sees only reflections, never truth. At night, when I close my eyes, I imagine walking with you through quiet streets where no one knows our names. The sound of your laughter becomes my compass. You'd tell me stories about the constellations, and I'd listen not for the stars, but for the cadence of your voice. In those dreams, I am free of everything. No crown, no cameras, no eyes to interpret what they do not understand. It's just us, breathing in rhythm with the night. Sometimes I think the universe built that silence for us alone, a sanctuary without witnesses, where our hearts can meet without fear. When I awaken, the memory of that dream lingers like perfume, delicate yet stubbornly present. And though the day pulls me back into its performance, I carry that imagined walk with me.